19 disease.
Yeah, so thank you so much, President of the Men's Fellowship. I consider myself highly privileged to be invited on this very noble platform. I want to take the opportunity to thank the President of the Men's Fellowship and the leadership of the church for giving me this honor to be here. Having said that, I think like he rightly stated, COVID, initially we call coronavirus, is a disease which is a flu. We've had various flus, we've had the SARS, we've had our various seasonal flus, but this have happened to be a mutation that have happened as a form of a flu. That started somewhere in December 2019 in a city we call Wuhan, China. But Ghana had our very first case on the 12th of March. Yes. When we had our very first case in this country. Okay. As with any other flu, it presents with fever, it presents with cough. Now more and more, what we are even seeing is inability to smell and taste. It is becoming more common as a symptom. And then, of course, we have all the various issues that can even manifest as abdominal pain and all that. But the key things are the fever, the cough, and as it worsens, you have the difficulty in breathing, and all that as it goes on. So basically, this is COVID. As a country, we've had to grapple with it. I'm sure we listened to His Excellency the President yesterday, where we are all very clear that we have deaths, close to 112 deaths. But what we found with the deaths is that most of the deaths are those who report to health facility very late. Wow. 24 to 48 hours. Pop off. Clearly, like we heard from the statistics yesterday, more than 80% of those who have been in our intensive care units have recovered. So clearly, it tells you that though most of the medications are emergency use authorization, the clinical improvements have been phenomenal. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because we shouldn't put any stigma with COVID. I always say stigma is better than death. If you have to choose one option, if it's in an MCQ, stigma, death, you will go for stigma. Yeah. So it's better to be stigmatized and live longer than to die any day. I'm saying this because we should all be very proactive if we are seeing any of these symptoms and go in and test. Because I keep on telling everybody I meet that there are two things here. Either you are infected or I'm affected. But if present, you have COVID, I'm affected. So you're my brother. Yeah. If I have it, I'm infected. So anyhow you look at it, there's an infected somewhere. Yeah. So let me maybe learn NDF for now and let my brother. Okay. As we go along, I think other issues will come up. Certainly.
Yeah. Would you want to add something?
I think Dr. Odami has said it all. I mean, this virus that we knew little about, that's why we say it's novel. It's coming from family that we know they cause some sort of flu-like symptoms. But it's something that just appeared from nowhere. And we said that, oh, okay, you are coming with your own ideas. So yes, the COVID came from China, as you said, a city called Wuhan. We found our case here in Ghana, but you can see clearly it's more from human to human transmission. Initially, we thought it was something that's going to stay in China, but now we have it all over the world. All right, so it's highly contagious.
Thank you very much. So now let's pick the misconception from where Dr. Henkran ended. Doc said that the disease came from China. Okay. Now, so we are going to the origin and the causes, the misconceptions around it. There were a lot of theories in the early stages. We heard that the virus was developed by China to control the young elite in Hong Kong. That was some of the theories, you know.
I didn't hear that.
You also heard that?
I didn't.
You didn't hear that? Okay. So what the story around it was this. Yeah. You know, Hong Kong is part of China. Wuhan. The majority of the Hong Kong is part of China. Okay. The majority of the companies in China, they have their headquarters in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Okay. Hong Kong. Okay.
So they wanted to sort of separate. Okay. That's why there were some routes later part of last year, and then. So the theory was that China developed this virus
purposely
to control the people who were routing. I mean, they're agitating.
Okay.
So that they will make them like zombies, so that whatever they say, they will follow. I don't know. Did you guys hear anything like that? Was it true? Is it true?
Dr. David didn't hear that.
I like that. You see, from where I sit, you always want to act based on evidence. Okay. Yeah. The evidence on the table, this is not part of the evidence on the table. The evidence on the table points to a meat market. There are various postulations around the meat market. As in being a genetic correlation that came into the human race. Okay. But this is one of the years that I've been peddling around, but I'm being very factual with you that this is not part of the evidence on the table.
Okay.
So I want to take this medium to appeal to our audience out there. That at least to the best of our knowledge, this is not part of the evidence on the table.
Thank you. So it's not factual.
It is
It's
not.
a hearsay.
Yeah.
What about the 5G technology? There was a story around that one too. That's one of the causes. The 5G technology.
Yeah, I heard about it. I heard from a high source with some high-ranking pastors preaching about it. But the science behind it doesn't actually allude to that fact that 5G technology actually caused somebody to get coronavirus. Does it make sense?
I see.
I mean, if you look at the 5G technology, how is it going to cause a virus to enter somebody? And it was a big thing, I mean, the UK and all over the world, isn't it? We had it in Ghana, but it is not factual. It is not, there's no scientific basis for that. I'm not a 5G expert, but we know from the little that we know in terms of science, that is not factual. It is not.
Viewers, so that's the expert talking. That the fact that the virus was developed by China is not true. It's not factual. And then the 5G technology as the cause of the virus is also not factual. And as Dr. Odami said, the evidence on the table do not support these myths. So you should not take it like as we have been hearing all this while.
Yeah.
No, what about the bat theory? Bat. That some people consume bats and that's where the disease came from.
Yeah, I think there was one school of thought which is probable. But the truth of the matter is that the real origin beginning is a bit debatable.
Yeah.
But there was issue, which are all possible.
Okay.
But you see, I always keep on telling people that really, for the scientific community and the research, this is where our interest is.
Yes.
And it was one of the postulates that came up. So that one, to an extent, we can say
Yes.
it's part of the key postulate that came up.
Okay. All right.
The bat is actually a very interesting animal. Very interesting in the sense that it carries a lot of viruses.
The bat.
The bat itself, yes.
Wow.
I'm coming from Kwao in the eastern regions.
Okay.
And yes, hi to all the Kwaos. Right. So we talk about bats. They mentioned an area in Ghana where there are a lot of them.
Okay.
They carry a lot of viruses, yes. But for them to transmit, it's another thing. Because sometimes, depending on how you cook the animal after killing it, isn't it? Can actually take care of the viruses. But if you are eating it raw, it's another way of also saying that you are inviting whatever virus is in the animal into my system.
Okay.
Yeah, so as Dr. Odami said, there's that scientific base.
Okay.
That because we can identify these viruses in this animal, that it's possible that it might have moved from a bat. Some believe that it actually went to the pangolin before coming to the human in terms of the transmission. For the bat, hop into the pangolin and hop into the human.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you very much. Then from what you just ended, let's pick it. Can animals transmit this disease, the virus? Can we? Because there was, we heard that a dog in Hong Kong was tested positive
To the virus.
to the virus. So should you be wary of dogs that they can get this virus and then get transmitted to humans? Is it possible it can be transmitted from animals to humans? Let me put it that way.
Well, there's that science behind that.
Okay.
Because zoonosis, right? So zoonotic transmission of viruses or infection from animal to human is possible.
Okay.
All right. But other picking up on the dog or to a cow or to a chicken is something that I don't think the science has come out well. I don't know whether Dr. Odami knows about it. I don't think the science supported that fact that dogs will transmit it to humans. We know about human-to-human transmission, as we said, for now, that is very infectious. But whether it's from dog to human, I have not come across any paper on that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think, just like Dr. Hinkra said, we are at a point now where coronavirus is purely human-to-human
Now.
transmission. At this point now.
All right.
But of course, that reflex from the animal environment to human environment is always a constant feature,
All right.
which you carry. Because Ebola,
Started
similar.
from
And the truth of the matter is that the world is now being confronted with a stage now that you see we are moving more and more into the animal ecosystem. I'm sure many years ago when we were going to Ebri, after Medina, it was almost all bush.
Yeah.
But as we encroach on animal ecosystem, it means that we are going to get more and more in touch with conditions of the animal ecosystem in our human environment.
Okay. Okay.
And this is a reality that also confronts us as part of the human race.
Okay.
And that we may have to deal with. But at this point in time, it's more human-to-human transmission. And even now, we've actually revised the case definition of coronavirus. Remember, initially when coronavirus started, we were saying that you qualify to be, say you have a coronavirus if you've traveled from any of the countries, China, Europe. Today, we've taken that one out of the case definition.
Okay.
Now, you can have coronavirus
Right.
even without having entered Togo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right in your village in
The community spread.
Abobosu or
Or in a village somewhere.
in the village.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Doc. So let me just clarify on the animal side.
Okay.
What about mosquitoes? Can you get this virus from mosquito bite? Like you bite an infected person and just jump to you? Is it possible? Is it feasible?
No, so mosquito bites have not been proven to be.
All right.
You know,
I think this we should say it very loud and clear.
yeah.
Yes, that is, mosquito bites are not part of the transmission.
Yeah.
So viewers,
Mosquitoes cannot transmit this virus from one person to the other.
now we are hearing from the experts that mosquitoes cannot transmit this virus. It's not possible from one person to the other. No. Mosquitoes cannot be carriers of this virus, let alone transmit to one person to the other. Thank you very much. Now, since we are in the mood of transmission, look, can one get the virus through touching? Touching the surface.
Yeah.
Like this race, can you just get it when you touch it like that? How is it work?
So let me start from here. You see, coronavirus, there's something we call the reproduction number.
Reproduction number. Okay.
That's if somebody has this virus and he gets in touch with somebody, the number of people it can keep on being transmitted to.
Okay.
It's been found that the reproduction number of coronavirus is quite high. So within a very short time, there's this exponential spread.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've also done a research to see that it can also be on surfaces. Some will say 6 hours, some will say 10 hours, some will say 15 hours. The exact hours we are not sure, but definitely we know it can be on surfaces for more than an hour.
Yeah.
And that's why if you look at the key things we've kept on telling the country, it's always been the 3 key things. If you forget anything at all, the 3 things. Face mask is now part of our dressing.
Okay.
So now if you dress and you add a face mask, it becomes complete. You get what I mean? In those days, you needed to put on this thing you have in your
pockets.
very nicely. Yes. Now the face mask is part of it. Remove your pictures and everything. So that's number 1.
Okay.
2 is physical distance.
Okay.
Now you can't stand a close interval with anybody again.
Yeah.
At a minimum, as I stretch my hand like this, it shouldn't touch you.
Okay.
So I know you are some 1.5 to 2 meters away from
Away
you.
from
3, hand washing. For hand washing will deal with exactly what you've asked. The surfaces.
Okay.
So when you've touched certain surfaces, before your hand gets back to your eye or your nose, you should have washed it. Not just washing, but proper washing.
With soap.
With soap and water.
And
Going
running water.
hand by hand. Like if you're wearing short sleeve, like when you go a bit up
Okay.
and wash. Because as we all know, we touch surfaces with all the
Yeah.
sides of our body and all that.
Okay.
So these 3 key cardinals, I keep on telling people, if we forget anything at all, let's not forget these 3. Hand washing and backup sanitizer. So you see, I walk here with my sanitizer,
Yeah.
backup. So in between us, I've not washed your hand. I use the sanitizer just to keep up.
Okay.
But this is not the first condition. The first option
Is the
Wash
washing
your
of the
hands.
hand with soap
with soap.
And the running
then-
water.
and the running water.
And then this is your backup.
Okay. Okay.
And of course, then we add prayer. As Christians, that should be bottom line in all that we do and act. Because if God hasn't granted us the grace to be protected, we can do all these things and still not be
Yeah.
protected.
That's true. That's true. So, Doc, I know you will come in there.
Yes.
But let me just get clarification there. I had backup. You know, when you walk to most shops, they insist that you wash your hand and also use the hand sanitizer.
Yes.
Sometimes people say, oh, I've washed
just
my hand. I don't
washed
want to use the hand sanitizer. Look, should you do the 2 at the same time?
No, for me, it doesn't hurt. If you are adding more options,
Okay.
it doesn't hurt. So far as at least you have washed your hand, always have the hand sanitizer.
All right.
I always advise that for hand sanitizer, everywhere you sit, at intervals quickly, you always keep on. In the least opportunity you see water,
Just wash.
you wash again.
All right. Doc, would you want to say something about the touching?
I was just going to talk about what Dr. Dami just said, that once you touch the surface, because you don't know who actually has come to handle that surface. The person might be shedding the virus and then coughing in the hand and then touching the rails. So once you touch it, then what will come into your mind is that I need to wash my hands with soap. The washing of soap, I think the science behind it is that the virus has got a coat, which is fatty.
Wow.
Right? In it, we have an RNA nucleus, right? So you can break that coat, that thing that's surrounding it, with the soap, right? It's fatty. So just like you have oil in a pan, when you add soap to it and wash, you can say clean the fat out of it. So that's the most important thing, the science behind it.
Wow.
So not just water, but water with what? Soap.
And like Dr. Henkra said, this virus really is an RNA virus.
Okay.
It's an RNA.
So, maybe not just talk too much on science, but like DNA will comment. This one, it can just multiply exponentially like that.
Okay. So, Doc, hold on. When we come back, we will be taking a few commercial breaks. When we come back, I want you to explain further the reproduction number you talk about.
Okay.
Something small. Viewers, if you just join us, you are watching Misconceptions About COVID-19 from North Carolina Assemblies of God Men's Ministry. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Enuanom ne adofo ewo yen Awurade Yesu Kristo mu North Carolina Assemblies of God asafo enkaebo a ewo ho efa kwesiada soma ye ba be hyase ewo bosumi nsian mu da etoso enson no sene omampanyin amaho kwan se ebetimi ehia mu se asafo na yasom Nyankopon abom ye pamocho ifiti kwesiada a ebe osom no a ye be ye ni nyina ya chemu enan osom bia nso donhwere bako ebedem sene ebe betimi asiesie asore dem ho edi eduro apetipeti honom sene ebe ya eye osoma etoso no afoforo beba no yare dom ya abai ebi enkoka obi bia na sene adwumadie no enhyehyeye etie ni osofo panyin John Doe ede atu edwase eye na sofo a yebobubo mudin ni ede omo telephone numbers atudwa yi osom bia mu no omo no mbehwe na oma eye eho enhyehyeye ama no ansa na osomo no abaso na osomo edikan be hyase anopa no nso akopem anopa no wotwe na saa osomi eye osofo Michael Ampofo na obetimi na edi ho nkita ho na waboa wo na watoto ho nyama bia se wopese wo ba osoma edikan a eye empanyimfo osom a ye be ye wo brofom no na ne number nso eye 0200 632081 0200-632-081 na yewie osom no wotwe a yedi kwesiada school ebetoa so yano nso ebe hyase efiti no wotwe akopem no wotwe enefa na eno no ye nye wo asori dem ho eno be aba fofidie so no wotwe enefa eye emofra esom ana children service eno nso ebe aba fofidie so eno nso be hyase efiti no wotwe nefa akopem no nkono na yewie ane de osoma etosomienu eye empanyimfo osoma yebe ye wotwi mu no enso ahyehye so na eno osofo amedini ana obetimi no edi ehun kita ho ono so ni telephone number 026-553-9242 026-553-9242 no soma etoso miensa no eye mebu soma edikan eno so osofo da no osofo frempon eni ono so ni number 0244-239394 0244-239394 na sa osoma na nyina osofo panyi Anthony John Doe ena sa adwumadie nyina esi ni sire so ye bom nka ese wa wonhye nose mask ana ntoma ede kata ye hwene ne yano se wonhye bia ye ma wonwura sori dem wo nto bia momodin se obedi san hye nyina so pomodin ne di suru Nyankopon ebedo mo aye wonhyira.
Men.
Action.
Men.
Action.
Action.
Now.
Action.
Now.
Action.
No.
Thank you very much. Viewers, you're welcome back to today's discussion on the misconceptions about COVID-19. We have in our midst Dr. Odami and Dr. We would like to acknowledge the presence of our senior pastor. Thank you, Daddy, for being part of the discussion tonight. You know the church board, we want to acknowledge you wherever you are. You know your share the page so that those who are not on will be part of it and benefit from it as well. All right.
Okay, so let me put this in context. So the speed of an epidemic, or in this case a pandemic, epidemic is when we have few cases. When it goes beyond countries, then it becomes what we call a pandemic, like what we are in now. The speed of an epidemic or pandemic depends on two key things. How long it takes to spread from one person to the other,
Okay.
and then how quickly it spreads.
Okay.
So how long it takes to spread from one person to another is what we call the production number. Then how long it spreads, the time it takes to get to another person is what we call the serial number.
Oh, wow.
So what we realized with Corona, there was a research that was recently published in the Journal of Emerging Infectious Disease by a team of scientists from the University of Texas in Austin, which showed clearly that in the case of coronavirus, the serial number, the reproduction number is just a few days compared to Ebola, which was weeks. Okay. And that's why you see that the spread is so very quickly. Okay. On the 12th of March, when we had one case, today, as we are all speaking, we know we are in the tens of thousands already. Yeah. So that quickly tells you how this virus spreads. And that's why these two cardinal features are what we use to assess a pandemic in any country. I hope I've made myself clear.
Yes. Thank you very much. There are a lot of technicalities in, but you will take it like that. All right. So now viewers, we are looking at the myths and the misconceptions around the whole COVID-19. So we are going to some of the myths around the prevention, so that when we get to understand, then we will know that what we are doing is right or wrong. So let me begin with Dr. Hemkran. Somebody is saying that if I don't have symptoms of COVID-19, do I still need to wear the mask, the nose mask? I don't have it, I'm fine. So why do I have to wear it?
Right. But in the first place, how did you know that you don't have it?
Okay.
All right. So it means that you have tested.
Okay.
And you are sure that you tested negative. All right. But if you have not, then you don't know whether you have it or not. Right.
This is deep.
Yes. You have to test before to be sure that I don't have it.
Okay.
Now, even if you don't have it or you've not tested, protecting yourself with the mask is the way to go, because you don't know who you're going to interact with. Is the person also positive? You don't know. So why don't you protect yourself against everything that you're going to see in town when you go out to mingle with other people? Because you don't know their status. All right? We don't write on our forehead to say that I'm negative, so can approach me. Or I'm positive, I'm going away from you. Okay. You don't know the people that you react with or you meet at work with. So it's good to put on your nose mask, whether you are positive or you are negative.
Okay. So what you are saying is that I can't sit here and say I don't have.
Yes.
Because I've not been tested.
In
any case, even if you were tested yesterday and I didn't have it, you could still have it today.
Yes.
It's possible.
Unless you stay in the bubble and not going out.
And since you are not living on an island.
You are not living on an island.
So you have to put on. So putting on the nose mask, you are preventing people from getting in touch with you and giving it to you.
Or you giving it to other people. Yeah.
So whether you have it or not, since you don't know, please put on the nose mask. It's not conditional that I don't have it, so I'm not going to put it. Thank you very much. Dr. Rami, what about this thing about temperature and the COVID? People are saying in hot areas, the virus cannot spread. I mean, others are also saying when you take in hot water every 15 minutes to flush out the COVID virus in your system. How does it work? How true is it?
I think we all made this misconception clear, but clearly, as you can see, COVID is in the tropics. In Singapore, it's in the tens of thousands. In Ghana, it's in tens of thousands. In places like Mali and Niger, all these places. So clearly, that argument is neither here nor there.
Okay.
So really, let's not go by that conversation.
Okay.
What we want to hamper on is that what we've seen rather is the immune system. If you can keep your immune system going, that's a good exercise. Eating well.
Eating very well.
That one rather is more, I would say, prophylactic in that way.
The drinking of the hot water and stuff. So viewers.
But generally, warm water is good for the system. It's something we encourage, better than cold water.
Okay. So, Doug, will you want to say something to that?
And I think Dr. Odami has said it all.
Okay.
Initially, when the whole thing started, we thought it was one of a very cold environment, ahead of Italy and Spain and all the parts of Europe. So thinking that Africa or in Ghana, in that sense, we are in the tropics. Temperatures are high, about 35 and above.
Yeah.
So we're immune. But we've seen that temperature is not the answer to it, clearly. So we shouldn't just fall into that trap and say that temperature is killing the virus. No, it's not so.
Look, this is true. I was at the filling station some other time, and the gentleman was not in nose mask. So I asked him, boss, you people sit in air conditioner, that place is cold. You people can easily get a COVID. For us here, the sun is very hot, and the air is also blowing. So we are, and I was like, I couldn't explain further anyway. I just asked him, please put it on. That's all that I said. So viewers, we are saying that temperature, the drinking of cold or warm water will not flush the virus in your system in any way. So please put on the nose masks, adhere to the protocols.
That's right.
And let's prevent it and also save someone from getting it. Thank you very much. Doc, you mentioned the immune system when you're talking about the cold water. But there's another saying that you cannot boost your immune system to prevent COVID. That's what they are saying. You cannot boost the immune system. And that the boosting of the immune system is a marketing claim used by some people to make money. How true is this? Can we boost our immune system? Then that's the import of the question.
So I think the truth is that we are not saying you boost your immune system to prevent COVID. But you build your immune system such that even if you are to contract COVID, your recovery is better.
That's right.
Because clearly that's what we are seeing. That those who don't have anything that depresses their immune system, their recoveries are better. Even the ones that have died, you realize that most of them were those who had non-communicable disease.
Okay.
Hypertension, diabetes, asthma. Things which already putting some pressure on their systems.
Okay.
So this is the conversation.
Okay. All right. Does that put pressure in your system?
Yeah, so the boosting of our immune system, as you said, was something that you don't do specifically because of COVID.
Okay.
That I'm boosting my immune system so that I can fight specifically COVID.
Okay.
But I saying that when your immune system is so strong enough, even when you get the infection, your immune system can fight these foreign viruses coming into your system. Okay. So your immune system is supposed to be boosted a long time ago. Eat well, exercise well, all right? And then when you get, even if you are infected, your body is able to fight that virus.
So what you're saying is that there's nothing specific like I'm boosting my immune system to prevent COVID.
By
but
drinking this medicine.
Okay, all right. But the immune system should be boosted anyway,
And
just for your own good, for all the diseases and sicknesses around us.
It helps in your recovery. It helps in your, even if you have COVID, you recover better.
Okay.
So really, it's a more prophylactic measure.
Okay. Then somebody is asking, shouldn't married couples avoid sexual intercourse during this period, since it will put pressure in your system? So
that's a very interesting question. I'm sure a lot of married couples are waiting for my answer.
They are waiting for it. You said Dr. Adami said.
Okay, so Doc, just go down for us. Should you avoid?
Yeah, I think, like you are saying, COVID, of course, we are saying physical distancing should be avoided. But of course, if a couple, you are both negative for COVID, nothing stops you from having sexual intercourse. But of course, if one couple has realized that he's positive, and the other has tested and he or she is negative, definitely you may have to give some physical distancing
for some time.
Okay. So both become positive. Because like we said, you are infected or I'm affected. So we need to think of our neighbor.
Yeah.
It's very important. Yeah. So in that vein, we want to avoid. But not to say because of COVID there should be no sexual intercourse in Ghana or globally. I don't think it's there.
Yeah, just to add a little to this is about contacts.
Okay.
All right? The disease transmission is about contact, how close you are to somebody.
Okay.
Now there's a couple in bed together. The distance between even the nose is closer than the distance between the lungs.
Okay.
Where the virus can actually destroy.
Okay.
The distance between the nose is closer, is shorter than the distance between the lungs.
Okay.
All right? So separating for some time because one is positive is the way to go.
Okay.
But you can't say that because of coronavirus outside, you are going to prevent your husband from getting closer or prevent your wife from coming closer to you.
All right. All right. Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much. Now, Dr. Ankran, you mentioned something that how would one know that he has COVID? Because, I mean, until you are tested positive or tested and declared you don't have, you can't say that for sure. But there's this saying that if you can hold your breath, for about 5 seconds or 10 seconds without feeling any discomfort, that means you don't have. If you can hold on and breathe in for like 10 seconds and you don't feel any discomfort, you are good to go. I don't know if you have heard this.
No, that's not true.
It's not true.
Okay.
So you see, the symptoms of COVID, I think I want to put this thing on the table. We are doing a lot of tests and realize that people are even becoming positive and they have virtually no symptom
At all.
They can breathe well, they don't have fever, they don't have cough.
So we call those people asymptomatic people.
Exactly.
Okay.
So let's not say hold your breath, you can breathe. It's neither here nor there.
Okay.
And that's why what we do is what we call the contact tracing. As a country, we've not moved into mass testing yet, but we are looking at the cost implications. But even if you are positive today with mass testing, then we should be testing you every day.
You can't be doing that.
Which no nation
You
can
can't
afford.
be doing that every day.
So what we are rather doing is that if we test and somebody is positive, your nearest contact, then we zone in and test those contacts. So we use the snowball effect.
Okay. The
to gather
snowball effect.
Yes,
Okay.
to gather the contact. That's how we are going.
Okay. All right. Doc, we are good to go. All right. Dr. Dami,
Yes.
let me come to you.
Yes.
Doc, how safe are the nose masks? How safe?
The nose marks are, when you say how safe, it depends on the nose mask that you're using, isn't
Okay.
it? In fact, there are different types.
Okay.
I can see clearly what Dr. Odami is wearing on mine. Maybe a normal surgical nose mask that we use.
Okay.
All right. But there are other ones who, the N95, for instance, purposely designed for something like that.
Okay.
And we have the local ones that we actually now producing in mass numbers.
Okay.
All right. I'm sure the Food and Drug Board actually talked about it, that you should have a certain design or dimensions of it. So when you say safety, somebody can just go and get some kuntu, do you know kuntu, and make a nose mask out of it. Can you breathe through it? That can actually put you in danger. It can actually put you in your harm way because you are not able to breathe through it. So how safe depends on the material that was used to make the nose mask.
All right. So the question then, let me put it where. How should a good nose mask be like? What should it be? The breathing through, the distance from the mouth to that edge. How should it be like that? Let me put it that way. Because we were discussing this in office, and somebody was saying that this one that you are wearing is too close to the nose, and that when you breathe in, when you breathe out, the carbon monoxide or whatever is supposed to come out, carbon dioxide that's supposed to come out, you inhale it back, and it's very dangerous for our health. That's why I want to find out how safe is this nose mask you are wearing.
So just to say that most of the nose masks, have specification.
Okay.
And every nose mask has to meet the specifications. So even in Ghana, when we started doing the nose mask, FDA came out strictly with the specifications. Every nose mask that comes into this country has to get FDA seal. Okay. So all these nose masks you are seeing, they've been certified by the FDA.
Okay.
But having said that, we are also encouraging that as you wear the nose mask, of course, if you're in a very quiet place, you can take off the nose mask.
Okay.
But the legislation is that the moment you move out of your home, you should be in a nose mask.
All right.
And to be very frank with you, I'm wearing this one. I've worn it through the car till now. And I've not had any difficulties.
Okay.
And all my colleagues who have put it on so far, I've not complained of any difficulties.
No.
So I don't know whether this is something new.
And what you're talking about is carbon dioxide. I mean, a gas will not stay inside a nose mask for all this while. Okay. Right? You are breathing in all this oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. But when you breathe out, it goes out.
Okay.
That's why I say it depends on the material that was used for the nose mask. So FDA can approve the type of nose mask you should use. Okay? So the danger is how long have you been in that nose mask? All right? For the whole day, from morning to night.
Okay.
All right? You are given a number of hours that you can put a nose mask on. Remove it and then use another one. Yeah. So you can't wear the nose mask from morning to midnight.
So viewers, nose masks are safe for us to wear for a number of time, a number of period, number of hours.
Yeah.
As Dr. Odani said, if you move from your home, as it's becoming legitimate now, you are supposed to put on. Today, put it on. Yes. If you move from your house.
Just after your house.
As you are walking around. Today, I was at Jowulu. I was around Jowulu Junction. And I saw, is it National Commission for Civic Education? One of their vans was going around educating people. And I think it's a good thing that should be putting on those masks. Yeah. Thank you very much, Doc, for giving us the assurance that when you breathe out,
You bring the gas out. The gas will
we are
not stay.
safe. We don't take it back. So you should be putting on the nose mask. Okay. So now let's take the questions to the other side again. Is headache a symptom of the disease? Headache.
Yeah, headache is a possible symptom because clearly, like we are aware, it activates certain chemicals in our system. That's why we are even using the thermal guns. But the moment those substances are activated, your temperature goes beyond 37, 38.
Okay.
So definitely, if your temperature is at 37, 30, headache is possible
Okay.
with that kind of temperature.
Okay.
So it's a symptom, but we want to say that it doesn't mean if I see someone who has headache, he has COVID.
Okay.
It's just a symptom. It points to the fact that it may or may not.
Okay.
That's right.
And that's why we want to go towards a test.
Yeah, so just to add to what Dr. Dami said, the fever that you are looking for, that fever can come from different sources.
Okay.
So once the person shows the sign of fever, it is prompting you like, let's find out what exactly is causing the fever. All right? We know that we have people walking around with malaria, isn't it? And they can present with the same high temperatures, we call it fevers. So you want to prove that the person doesn't have it. That's why you have to test. Okay? So when you go to a place and they show the gun on you, the temperature is about 37.8 or 37.9. Yes, you have elevated what temperature, but what is actually causing it?
Okay.
And that's what you have to find out.
Okay. Okay. So, Doc, what's the recovery time for the coronavirus disease?
Oh, with the recovery, you see, we always say with coronavirus, there's always this 2-week lag. And most of our patients, we have seen that within a 2-week incubation period, that's why even some are asymptomatic, but within 2 weeks, they start showing symptoms.
Okay.
In the same way, a lot of the patients we had, initially we were even testing them after 2-3 weeks to be sure they are negative.
Okay.
And we've even received new guidelines from WHO now. That after you've tested positive and you've been out for about 2-3 weeks with no symptoms again, we can discharge you. And that's why if we realize our discharge numbers seems to have gone up in the past few weeks.
Yes.
Because we have now worked on the reviewed guidelines. But I want to sound a word of caution here. The science of COVID is still not clear. In fact, anytime I'm invited to talk on COVID, I always say that it's a disease, it's a novel virus. The science is still in the nascent stages. We are all learning.
We are learning.
And every time I sit on panel, I tell people that, look, I learn from the audience as I also try to talk to you.
That's right.
Because it's evolving so fast that anything we say now, I would personally want to say that it's not foolproof because the science is quickly evolving.
Okay.
So we should always have that open-mindedness when we are
learn.
dealing with a virus which is not foolproof in terms of the science.
Okay. Doc, you are good to go. Okay. But there's this thing about, is there a possibility that a person who is infected and killed getting the virus again? Is there a possibility? Or once you are infected and killed, it means you are immune forever?
No. As a country, we've not gotten to the herd immunity yet.
Okay.
Herd immunity is when a population of about 100%, about 80% become immune. Then in that case, it protects everybody. We've not gotten to that point yet.
Okay.
So as we speak now, people initially thought that, oh, if I'm positive, I become negative, then now I'm immune to COVID. It's not really foolproof now.
No.
Okay.
So let's be very careful with a lot of these things.
Okay.
And like I keep on saying, let's do our very best to protect ourselves because the science is still evolving. So that's why we need to take maximum precautions. Face masks, hand washing, physical distance. I always want to make sure that these 3 things we are not forgetting.
That's right. Okay.
Doc, will you add something to it?
And I was saying that you said it that the fact that you've recovered from COVID does not mean that you may not be infected again. The science is now still evolving. We are still learning about this new quote-unquote virus. We want to learn a little more, right? Even 2 years down the line, we still want to learn more. What has happened to the lungs of the people who were infected,
Okay.
right? 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, we still want to know the anatomy of the lungs.
Okay.
Okay, so we are still learning.
You are still
We're
learning. So, Doc, somebody wants to find out the neem tree.
Neem tree.
Neem tree. There's a whole lot of talk about neem tree being able to cure the virus, the disease. I don't know.
I have not come across any paper that says that neem tree cures coronavirus. I've not come across any paper yet. I'm yet to be educated on that,
Okay.
if that's the truth.
Okay.
I know of, which country is that They sort of exporting what they, people are coasting neem tree. I don't know what is that what you're referring to?
No. Somebody wants to just find out the neem
Is it
tree.
Madagascar? Yes, I think Madagascar.
Yeah.
They were exporting something.
Yeah.
It's a greenish concoction or something. I don't know whether it's a neem tree, but we have a lot of neem trees around.
Yeah.
And there's no scientific proof that neem tree is able to cure coronavirus as of now. I've not come across any research into that. So yes, the answer is we don't know.
Okay. Doc, has it come to your attention where you are?
As I'm speaking to you now, a lot of herbal medications have come to our attention, ranging from pawpaw leaves, neem tree, a lot of host of things. But you know, in science, until it's proven, that's why even the medication we are using, hydroxychloroquine, azithromycin, we are using it under what we call EUA, Emergency Use Authorization. That means it's not gone through full clinical trials.
To show that that medication is very good.
Because now for you to say a medication has passed, you should have done phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 clinical trials. If it passes, then you are sure of all the side effects, you've documented it. Anything that happens, you can stand up to it. And as you are aware, hydroxychloroquine was put on the market, it has to be withdrawn, there were a lot of issues that came with it. So in the same way with the herbal medications. So currently as a ministry, what we've done so far is we have tried to put a team together, Center for Plant Medicine Research, Noguchi, trying to see how we really take some of these herbal medications to the foolproof trials. But I see the biggest time we've seen as a country sometimes is that a lot of our herbal medications, they will say, oh, only cap back one, okay. But of course, the cap back on your cap, is it this cap or that cap? So it becomes very difficult. You know, the way we say it in our parlance, oh, cap back. Everybody in this cap too.
Yeah.
That's right. So we really need to go through this cap issue, agree on the dose, side effects, and all these things. And we want to really plead with the Ghanaian public that as we are speaking now, none of this has been foolproof yet. And we are still in early stages trying to go around it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Odani and Dr. Henkran. Viewers, thank you for being part of the show. We'll have a short commercial break and come back. We are looking at the myths and the misconceptions around COVID-19. Share the page, invite your family and friends to be benefactors of this all-important educative program this night. When we come back, there's a pending question I will throw to the doctors before we move on about nose masks. Asthmatic patients wearing a nose mask. How safe it is? If it's important that they wear, how should they moderate it? And doctors will take us through when we come back. So viewers, once again, thank you, and you have been part of the discussion on the impact of, the misconceptions around COVID-19. This is Men's Ministry, North Canadian Assemblies of God. Thank you very much for being part of us this evening.
Behold, he comes.
So Christ, having been offered once to bear the sins of many, will appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to save those who are eagerly waiting for him. Join Reverend Anthony Doe and his panelists on Season Word as they discuss the signs of his coming every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. live on Facebook, North Canadian Assemblies of God, and on YouTube, NKG Live. God bless you. The Assemblies of God North Canadian brings to its members the church services reopening dates from 7th June 2020. First service, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Adult English service. Sunday school, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Children's life service, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Second service, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Adult tree service. Third service, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Youth English service. Members are required to make reservations for the services that is convenient for them by calling or texting their names, numbers, locations, and age to the respective coordinating pastors of each service. First service, Reverend Michael Ampofo, 020-063-2081, 020-063-2081. Second service, Reverend Isaac Amedini, 026-553-9242, 026-553-9242. Third service, Pastor Frimpong Enning, 0244-239394, 0244-239394. With host Reverend Anthony Doe. Please note that each church service duration is strictly an hour, so please let's be punctual so that we can fully enjoy the presence of our God. Remember, no face masks, no entry.
Action.
So take the asthmatic one.
Action. Action.
No.
Viewers, you are welcome once again to this evening's discussion on the myths and misconceptions about COVID-19. We have in our midst Dr. Odami and Dr. Henkran to help us do the discussion. Thank you. Stay tuned and enjoy. Doc, just a quick one about the nose masks and asthmatic patients. Can you walk us through how is it safe for them to wear, and if they are supposed to wear, how should they go about it?
Yeah, so like I keep on saying, even with asthmatics, it's not always that they have an asthmatic attack. In most instances, they are quite okay. So what we always keep on saying is that even when you are wearing the nose mask, and even if you are not asthmatic, you feel some level of discomfort.
Okay.
And you are in a private place, you can of course take the nose mask off. But of course, if you're in a very public place, you want to keep close the nose mask. Like I always keep on doing from time to time, sometimes I should that because you see, the people are also wearing the nose mask and not wearing it well. It's about the aperture, so you don't want it to.
Okay.
Yes, that's why I'm doing it.
Okay.
But to a large extent, with this kind of mask, you see, there's so much space within it to breathe at all the corners. So if you're an asthmatic and maybe you're wearing the cloth type, you maybe will not want to tie it too tight at the edge, so that it's virtually impossible to breathe. But you can see from what you're wearing present that clearly you can breathe even above it, the sideways, downstairs, and all that. So there's really no issue. But I always say the cardinal sentence that every individual is one person. The moment you're feeling discomfort, maybe take some break.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now let's move straight to the misconceptions with regards to the Christian faith. Doctor, let me just start with you. There's a saying that the COVID-19 is an act of God, and it's like a sign of the end time. That's what some people are saying. What do you say to that?
We call that one half-truths. Isn't the half-truths are something that you can hold on in the Bible and then run away without actually looking at the signs. It was written, and it is written in the Bible that in the end times there are going to be pestilences.
Okay.
All right? There will be wars, there will be rumors of wars.
Yeah.
These are all things that we've seen with our eyes. So the pandemic is actually a sign that, yes, something like that is coming to an end, but not to say that this is the end time.
Okay.
The world is coming to an end tomorrow. You know, this is something that has happened. We've had pandemics come so many years ago. All right? So this is not to say that the end of the world is tomorrow.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So, Doc, let me also come to you. They are also saying that the COVID-19 is an attack on the Christian faith. You know, the church is pushed and stretched so much that we are restricted as to even how to worship. When we get to church, you know how we sit and stand and the lights. It's like an attack on our faith. Like if you can't comply, then just sit home. What do you say to that?
Yeah, for me, we've kept on saying from the beginning of the crisis, that never waste a crisis.
Okay.
For me, instead of seeing it as an attack, I see it as a way for Christianity to take its forefront.
Okay.
Because you see, for once, everybody now sees that things are not the same.
Okay.
People are now more drawn to some message.
Okay.
So I see it as an opportunity for the church to rise up and fill its rightful place in terms of sending that message of God out there, saying that in crisis we'll come out of this crisis stronger, more than we were ever before.
Okay.
I'm sure that now what has really happened is that a lot of people are watching virtual, lots of Christian messages. People who hitherto not even listen to gospel music or listen to Christian messages are all now drawn to, but people are not sure. Recently, we even had the earthquake in addition. So clearly, you can see that people realize that there's a hand of God which you have to rely on. So I would think that this is an opportunity for the church to rise and fill its rightful place with the word of God. That's the only message that can comfort the world in times like this.
All right. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you. So our panelists are not only medical practitioners, they are also Bible-believing Christians. Now, Doc, I can say that our church, North Canadian Assemblies of God, is one of the safest places to go currently in the country.
Yeah.
More than most of the workplaces and the marketplaces.
Yes.
I would want you to walk us through the protocols observed here, how we conduct ourselves in regards to this COVID period church servicing.
All right, so first of all, let me put it in the record that our church is following the rules and regulations laid by the president. These are what the churches are supposed to follow, and we'll be following it from A to Z.
Yeah.
People come in, not in their large numbers. This church can sit about 500 or 600 at a go.
Okay.
But we are following the protocol. We say that don't sit more than 100. We've gone even beyond that to say that people before they come to church might have even registered.
Okay.
Right? It's now taking technology to the highest level. So you just go online, Google, what's it called? You just put your name there and which service you want to attend. So before you come here, the COVID-19 team knows that this person is coming. A chair has been registered against your name.
Yeah.
So you come in, there's a washing bay, you wash your hands, you soap, you clean it, and then you have a temperature gun, your temperature is taken, and they cross-check around the list of people who have registered to come to a particular church service. You show your name and then tell you you're on seat number 4. Your seat number 4 is reserved for you alone.
Okay.
Before then, the church has been cleaned and sanitized properly. All the people come to sit on their tables or chairs where they're supposed to sit according to their names.
Okay.
When the service is over, you walk out by the protocol. You go in, not rushing out,
Yes.
row by row. Put in your offering and then you walk out. Sanitize your hands and you're off. If you're following the protocol, one thing that amazed me is about the microphone that's being used.
Okay.
It is well sanitized and each singer has got a microphone assigned to that person.
Wow.
You don't come exchange microphone. The
Wow.
head pastor has got his own microphone.
Wow.
Associate pastors have got their own microphones.
Yes.
So everything is sanitized and they know what they are doing. From here, you walk out peacefully through the main entrance, main exit, and everybody goes home peacefully. You are not crowded. So one service is followed by 1 whole hour break of sanitizing the whole church area, cleaning the washrooms and again, then the next service comes. After that, it's done again of cleaning. So when it comes to following the rules, North Canadian Church is actually on top.
Thank you.
I'm part of the team and I know that we are doing the right thing. And if you look around, you can see that we have hand sanitizers all over the place.
Okay.
So you are following the rules, and I'll invite everybody to come to church.
Okay.
This is the safest place to be.
Thank you.
Not at your workplace or not at the market. This place, we're following the protocols. We are following what the president told us to do, and we are doing it to the letter.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Doug. Doug is on top of it, and viewers, it's a clear assurance and very indicative that this place is very safe. So we want to entreat each and every one. Those of you who are afraid, oh, I don't want to come. Please come. This place is very safe. And I can tell you, it's safer than your workplace. It's safer than the marketplaces. It's safer than the trotro and the taxis we patronize. Please come and let's worship to God, because God will take care of his own. Amen. Doug, let me give you an opportunity to summarize. We've discussed a lot of misconceptions. You've heard a lot. I've asked a lot. If there's something you want to add up, you can come up.
Well, I think for us as Christians, I always tell people that health is part and parcel of the Christian religion. That's why 3 John verses 2 is very clear. That beloved, I wish above all things that we may prosper and be in good health, even as our soul prospers. So clearly, spiritual health, physical health is all part of Christianity. And I think we should see it from that point. And that's why I like what my brother, Dr. Hinkra, said. That this is not a time for us to let our spiritual health go down. And that's why we need to come to church and pray. That the good Lord himself will strengthen us as we go through this way. And also in Ezekiel, the Bible is very clear about the fact that the leaves are for healing and the fruits for food. So clearly, the Bible has even instructed us on vegetables already. That if we're even following, immune system is not an issue. So really, we have all that it takes in the Bible to confront COVID.
Wow.
That's right.
And I think that's what we should see it for. That the Bible is foolproof. It has both the spiritual side, the physical side, and the health part. To make sure that whatever precautions we need to take to overcome, and we are well placed to overcome. So I also want to take the opportunity to encourage Christians that this is a time for us to go out and win souls for Christ and make sure that the kingdom business is still going. It doesn't stop.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm impressed. Thank you. Thank you. The quotation keeps coming and coming. It's not only that he's strict to the medicals. He knows his Bible too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are indeed a man of action. Doc, your last words, then we will go.
Well, my last words will be, as I said before, the church is the safest place to be. Come Sunday, I expect that those who have not attended church for the past few weeks, just come and see for yourself what is being done in the church. That will comfort you, that I'm not going to take COVID from church.
Yeah.
But when you come, you see things for yourself. What mechanism has been put in place to sustain us as we come here and go back home? The fact that you're even listening to the word of God from the pulpit where you are used to receiving the word can even ginger something in you that God is here to help us. God is protecting us. And the place you seek for help is not in your home and it's not at your workplace. The place to seek or run to is into the house of God. So run to the house of God this Sunday and come and receive from God for your own benefit.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Ahenkran, the head of anatomy, University of Ghana Medical School, and then Dr. Odami. Thank you so much. Senior Pastor, God bless you for being part of us. Men in action.
Senior
God
Pastor
bless
really
you
encourage us.
for staying tuned with us. This has been a very educative edition. The myth and misconceptions about COVID-19. My name is James Kwabena Santukusi, North Carnation Men's Ministry.
The president. You didn't understand the president.
The president.
We are happy to have you. Next time we will come your way with another exciting program. Thank you. God bless you for being part tonight. Amen.
Peace reign, oh. Reign over our lives, oh, reign in this place. Please reign, Lord. Please reign, Lord. Oh, for your anointing,
For your anointing.